Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're talking about insane news, right? And this is about Matrix 4 starring Keanu Reeves and its release date, right? So I find that Matrix 4 is really shooting themselves in the foot with their one release date and their kind of content plan and how they're going to release the film. So first thing I want to talk about is the release date, right? They are releasing it within a week of SpiderMan No Way Home. Now, it would make sense if Matrix was a completely different genre, if it was a documentary about something, or if it was a biopic about an athlete, right? But The Matrix would have a similar audience to the audience that is going to go and watch Spider-Man No Way Home. So I find when people are not really with a lot of money at the moment due to COVID, they don't want to be going to the cinemas too often, unlike you and me, where you're there every single week, 3 times in a week. But for the average person that's going to go and watch a film, they're going to have a choice to make. And they're going to look at Spider-Man and they're going to look at Matrix and they're going to decide which one. I think I know which one 90% of those people will decide to watch, and that, of course, would be Spider-Man No Way Home. It has so much more hype. It is much bigger film, really. It's a much bigger film, even though The Matrix is a huge name, a huge franchise. The last few films weren't the best, but it's still a big name. It is nowhere near the name of what Tom Holland Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man has been recently. So people are going to go and watch that one. So already, they're not going to be making a lot of money on the opening weekend box office. I project maybe 40 million in its opening weekend. It really should be making 80, 90 million, maybe not 90. I would say anywhere between 70 to 80 million, but it's going to make about 40, 45 if they're lucky. And also, along with them releasing it in cinemas, they're also going to be releasing it to streaming at the same time. So the same day. So how many people are going to say, oh, you know what? I'll just go pay to watch Spider-Man in the cinema and then sit at home and watch Matrix. That's what a lot of people are probably going to do, in my opinion. So that's 2 things they've already done, which has just messed up their box office. And this is why I'm predicting that this movie will absolutely not live up to its expectation in the box office and to what I think it can do. It's The Matrix, for God's sakes, right? The Matrix is a huge name in the movie world. It's Keanu Reeves, a massive star that is never going to go away and his name will outlive people for generations. Yet this film is not going to make a lot of money due to those 2 things. I just don't understand why they would do that. They look at a movie like Spider-Man and they see how big this is going to be, and they decide to release it around the same time. One, release it either before or give it a month. A month is always a good period. We always see a big film come out, a month, maybe 2 months later, another big film. It's never really within a week of each other when they're going to be targeting the exact same audience, which both these films are. Now, Spider-Man, they maybe made the choice to make it close to Matrix, but they're not worried about that, right? Marvel isn't worried about, oh no, people are going to decide to watch that instead of this, because they're smarter than that, right? They know we are so much bigger than them, right? Marvel is the biggest cinematic universe, the biggest movie watching thing in the world right now. They know people are going to, one, decide to watch their film, and also, it's not going on Disney Plus the exact minute that the film goes out in cinemas, which Matrix is doing, and it baffles me as to why some people are still deciding to do that as well. We've seen Black Widow fail, right, with that. We've seen countless films, Fast and Furious, fail with that method. There are movies that should have made $1 billion that didn't make $1 billion because of that method. I understood in like the thick of lockdowns, the thick of COVID, releasing it to a streaming service because you just want to get that movie out, right? And Dune could have made so much more money if they didn't do that as well. But now that we've got COVID sort of in the rearview mirror, I really don't understand the thinking behind maybe putting a film out on streaming service the day you put it in cinemas. No one's going to go to the cinema. The week that Spider-Man comes out, no one is going to go to the cinema to watch Matrix. They're going to be going for Spider-Man, they're going to go home, they're going to maybe watch The Matrix on streaming service. I have no issue with people wanting to go see The Matrix, but some people don't have the money to go to the cinema twice in a week. So they're going to choose Spider-Man and they'll watch The Matrix later, maybe forget about it. They'll find some sort of audience, but that's why I think it'll make 40 to 45 million its opening weekend when it should have made 70, 75, 80 million. Like, hands down, it should be making that much money. So I really just don't understand the thinking process behind it. Like, guys, what about thought? Like, try it. Try some thought around a movie, especially in this kind of day and age where people don't have the money to spend and you've got to make a lot of money on a movie. And that's what movies are about now. You know, so much of it is a business now. It's all about making money. You would really expect the creators of Matrix to be a bit more smart about this, right? You'd expect them to really put more thought into it because it's not going to work. Like, it hands down isn't going to work. So those are just my thoughts as to why I think The Matrix 4 will be a massive box office failure. Maybe not eventually, but in the first 2 weeks, definitely. So let me know your thoughts, whether you think you would decide to watch Matrix over Spider-Man, or you think it's a smart move or a dumb move on them. I'm really appreciative of negative feedback and agreement and positive feedback. I really appreciate reading all the comments. It seriously makes my day and allows me to expand my knowledge and talk about movies all day, which I love to do anyways. So if you like the video, please hit the subscribe button, press the like button, and comment down your thoughts. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next video.